Are you Tenacity? The bounty hunter?
That's me.
I have a contract for you. A man we want to find.
And consider it done. What's his name?
His name's Temperance, but he calls us Overroy. He refuses to join us. He's a renegade. You must be careful, it's said that he's armed.
Armed? You think I usually go after Boy Scouts? Anyway, I know this Roy. I didn't know he was a renegade. We even worked together back in the day. Tough guy. I mean, it's gonna cost you.
Name your price. We can't let this man walk free. And if he dies, we'll only be grateful.
All right, I'll be back with his body in a bit. Now get out of here. Your stench is pissing my dog off.
I don't think they could follow us. You all right?
Not too well. I need to understand what happened. Somebody's got to know something.
I'm really sorry, kid. I know what you're going through and why you need answers, but my priority is for us to survive, too. We gotta find a place to hide out. I had somewhere not far from here back in the day, so let's go see if it's still there.
Okay, you're probably right. Roy, I've never felt this way. I'm so fucking angry, yet I can't even cry.
I understand, I promise. We'll go find Charity after. If anyone knows anything about a rebel or resistance movement, it's her.
Thanks. Really, thank you. You seem to be making a habit of saving my life.
Forget it. Come on, let's go.
I got lots of great stuff to trade or sell. You got serum?
A little. I got a few questions. Any trouble selling under the table? The authorities aren't making too many problems for you, are they?
If they got me, they'd really get me. Things have changed since the end of the war. It's gotten real difficult. But seeing how I don't know how to do anything else, and of course it jacked up the prices. Hi, wanna see my merchandise?
Show me what you got.
Want to see my merchandise?
I got a few questions. You heard anything about the Resistance?
Yeah, of course. But they keep pretty much to themselves. To be honest, I don't know if I should kiss those guys or kick them. They do a hell of a lot of damage. They're even called terrorists most of the time. And sometimes it's true that with the government we got now, makes you feel like cheering them on.
We should be okay now, but we're gonna need information, and I figure we're gonna need Charity for that.
Handsome Roy is back. And with a cute little boy, too. Care to introduce us?
Charity, this is Innocence. Innocence, this is Charity, the great lady of Chatelaire.
A great lady. Don't listen to him, boy. I used to be a whore. Nothing more. But I don't keep my ears plugged.
That's kind of why we came to see you. We'd like to know what happened to some former members of the militia.
Former militia? His family, I suppose. Poor kid. Pretty much all of them were arrested in a single night. No one knows what happened to them after.
I imagine there's a kind of a resistance movement, seeing what the government's like. Kid wants to get in touch with them.
You know, they're a secret society, and a secret society is, well, secret, you see? They don't exactly carry signs saying who they are. It'll take time. And I need a favor. A friend of mine disappeared. And she's not the kind of girl anyone files a missing person on, if you see what I mean. She left a while back to go to Tierville, and she never came back. Find her, Roy, and I'll find the resistance for you.
In the shopping district, huh? All right, I'll take care of it.
Yes?
I have a few questions to ask you, if it's okay. You holding up?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm out of it. And sometimes I'm full of anger. But I'll be fine.
I hope so. You can't cry over your parents forever. You just gotta grin and bear it.
Yes.
To get their house destroyed like this, my guess is your parents weren't just anybody in the militia.
I honestly didn't care about that stuff at all before I went to war. But it's true, a lot of people used to drop by to see them. Asking for advice, all that kind of stuff. Man, do I regret not paying more attention. And not telling them to drop it all.
No point in thinking about the past now. You seem to be only thinking about the resistance. Why?
It's true. I hope they'll help me understand. To get over my parents too. And I can't just stand back. I have to do something or I'll go crazy.
I understand. Come on, let's go.
Yes?
I have a few questions to ask you, if it's okay. You said your parents were in the militia?
Yes. My father got wounded in combat a long time ago, but he didn't want to stop fighting. So when the militia started, he and my mother joined up.
A noble intention, except I get the impression the militia isn't around much in these parts. Maybe they all retired when they announced the war was over.
That'd be strange. The militia's still useful. Anyway, you can always ask them.
Come on, let's go.
They'll let technicals a shit for just one guy. That was something.
Hey, you, sir. Listen, do you think you could help me out?
Problem?
You can say that again, but I think you're the guy for the job. From what I've seen, you're not the kind scared of duking it out with scumbags.
I'm not planning on making a career out of it.
Of course, but it's for a good cause, see? There's this gang of junkies that's set up in my workshop. I can't go there anymore. And if I can't work, well, I can't earn a living. I'll pay you, of course.
I get the impression you're not exactly short on junkies around here.
Used to be they kept a low profile, but when the army started checking everyone going around the shadow layer, they figured out pretty quick it was a field day for them. The soldiers are too busy standing around at checkpoints on the main streets to go chasing junkies around the slums. So this bunch of bums set up in my place, in my workshop, and there's not a thing I can do. But you'll help me, right? Please.
So I get a bunch of addicts out of your place. Then what?
Then I'll give you some serum, of course. And if you ever need a hand, you just let me know. Turnabout and all that, right?
All right, I'll go see those squatters.
Thank you so much. I owe you. And actually, I'm the craftsman round here.
Roy, wandering evictor. Later.
Don't you take me for a fool, Chance. I can see you've been taking it again. You're looking for trouble? Last time wasn't enough?
Yeah, right. Then let us go in the end.
What? Who are you?
Delivery man? I got an order to deliver a dozen kicks in the ass at this address. Won't take long, promise.
Oh yeah? You just try it, you fucking fuck!
Please don't hurt them. They're just kids.
They look old enough to stand and walk to the door, unless maybe they want to crawl.
But they don't know what they're doing. That drug makes them that way. They have no idea what they're doing. To other people and themselves.
You mean they got forced into taking drugs and staying in this place? Wow, how horrible. I'm so upset I'm gonna tell old Frugality to give up his workshop. I'm sure he'll understand. I may even kick his head in, seeing what the situation's like.
There's no need to laugh at me. That's obviously not what I mean. I'm just trying to show you who's really responsible for the situation. Please, they're just kids. Go after the ones who take advantage of them instead.
So basically, you want me to take out their dealer? I don't really see how that's any of my business.
They're squatting here to hide, and because their dealer's nearby. If you cut off their supply, you'll be creating a long-term answer to your problem, and you'll be saving lives.
All right, I'll go find the dealer. Just don't make me regret it.
Oh, thank you. Believe me, they'll react fast. I'm a nurse, and I know the effects of all these drugs only too well. Their dealer's called Serenity, I think. He has a place in the shanty. I'll show you on your map.
All right, I'll go pay him a visit.
Beware, brothers. Magical men full of anger are patrolling the neighborhood. I have nothing to say.
Oh, shit.
What's wrong?
This city's a fucking nightmare now. You can't go 3 feet without a patrol stopping you. There's a checkpoint up ahead. They're stopping everybody. And I would just get my papers stolen.
There any way around the checkpoint?
Not to where I'm going. There's always a way to get replacement papers, of course. But the guy who does them is kind of hard to find, you know? The authorities are on his ass big time.
You said something about a guy who does papers. Wouldn't know where he hangs out, would you?
I run a bar, so I hear things. But look, I'll tell you if you get ID for me too.
Yeah, okay, I'll get some for you. So, where can I find him?
Thanks, buddy. He's hiding out in the north neighborhood, where the gangs run the place. You be careful, it's pretty hot there.
The war's over, so why check everyone?
Well, I guess it's because of politics. I probably shouldn't say this to someone I don't know, but the Technomancers didn't make too many friends when they took out the militia. Now there's a resistance. Guys against the authorities. That's why we got all these checkpoints. That and because it seems there's some guy in town who's on the run. I even heard that the Technomancers hired a bounty hunter to track him down, but, well, you know. Anyway, none of it's good for business.
Later.
Papers?
Listen, I just got out of an abundance camp. I'm not looking for any trouble.
Yeah. Except we never seen anyone get out before. They didn't start releasing prisoners yet. You can tell me all about it at the station.
They say technomancers are doing raids downtown.
Serenity, I presume?
You presume too much. If you don't know who you're dealing with, you got no business here.
I know who I'm dealing with. That's why I came to see you. To ask you to stop selling your shit to Chance and his gang. Ask being a euphemism, if you even know what that means.
A feminism, huh? Funny. I don't know what you're talking about. But now I'm the one asking. I'm asking you to leave real fast, or your head'll be asking to get kicked in. If you even know what that means.
Okay, I see we've got a bit of a misunderstanding going on here. What I can do, if needed, is get the message across by taping it to my foot, and then shoving said foot right up your ass until the info gets permanently printed into your brain. And if it's still not clear to you after that, well, we can try violence.
Whoa, hang on a sec, dude. Okay. We got a misunderstanding here. You're right. You show up like that and talk to me about a gang of kids as if they're the only ones come around to see me. But now I think about it a bit, I think I know who you mean. Chance, yeah. The kids who hang out in the old guy's workshop. I see who you mean now. And you know what? No problem. Not one more hit for them. It's over. The kids are blacklisted. Not like I forced them, though. They came looking for me like everybody else. But next time, don't worry. I'll send them right back to Mom. I suppose his mother sent you, huh? Anyway, don't worry about it, all right? Nothing's gonna happen to her.
Better not. If anything does, or if I see those kids strung out again, I know where to find you. The access looks blocked for the moment.
Halt! Stop right there. We're conducting a search. Halt! Stop right there. Halt! Stop right there. Halt! Stop right there.
Get that bastard Yeah.
heard you're the person to see when you lose your ID.
Oh, yeah? Maybe you misunderstood. And who are you?
Roy. Tranquility sent me.
That old son of a bitch. He needs me?
Apparently. I also figured maybe you could help me too, actually.
Did you now? Roy, huh? Well, we're not off to a good start. Roy. I don't know where you're from, but this is Aurora here. You gotta get yourself a nice virtue name if you don't want to get arrested first time they check your papers. Well, I mean, I'm just saying that in case someone did happen to be able to do lost papers for you.
What's going on around here? Why is the army checking everybody?
You think the place was run by the people? What planet you from? Mars never had anything like that, and it's not the day after we win a war by some trick that everything's gonna change. The army's checking everybody's identity, especially on the main roads. If you don't have the right papers, the only thing you can do is join the wildlife in the slums. But that's not the way out of the city.
Okay, how can I get legit papers?
Honestly, no idea.
The bartender seemed to know what he was talking about when he sent me to you, and he knew where you hang out.
Well, a bartender should quit the booze before he starts talking bullshit to some guy nobody ever met. And he knows I'm holding up, for fuck's sake. Listen, if you want papers that'll do the trick, you need a forger worthy of the name, and the only one I've heard is under a lot of pressure right now.
Maybe I could help you let off some steam.
You think so? You can always try. I guess if you do good, he'd probably return the favor. Dressed like an escaped prisoner the way you are, you probably couldn't afford him otherwise anyway.
I'm listening.
Well, it seems someone ratted on the guy. Now he's got soldiers all over him, turning his workshop upside down.
So they might find something.
Well, he ain't exactly stupid, you know? He just doesn't leave evidence lying around the house. But now they're on him. They'll never let up. They'll keep his place on the watch until they got something they can get their teeth into.
So what do you suggest?
Me? Nothing. But as long as those soldiers are sitting in the guy's workshop, the production line's hardly about to start up again. No, you'd have to get rid of them if you wanted him to help you. But I just might happen to have a few interesting bits and pieces myself. Bunch of evidence. Pretty convincing. If the army found it in some gang's hangout, for example, everyone would be breathing a little easier.
That's a good tip. All right, I'll go visit the workshop, and I'll decide once I get there. Later. It's done.
Halt! Stop right there. We're conducting a search.
I don't know what you're looking for here, but I got a good tip about some forgery going on. There's a gang that works not far from here. One of their guys came up to me and tried to sell me some fake ID. I turned him down, of course, but I think you should check it out.
Oh, that's exactly what we're looking for here. Hey guys, let's go. Seems there's a gang behind all of it.
So, you can use your workshop again.
Ha! Good work, Roy. How'd you do it?
I did like you suggested. Drew their attention to that gang's suspicious activities. They went for it in a flash. I was almost disappointed.
You got a knack for convincing people, that's for sure. Good work, my man. Our friend will be able to get back to work in peace and quiet.
You gonna keep that up for a while?
Do I look like I'm playing games? Okay, if you got no more questions, I'll get back down to work. You know where to find me now. Hey, thanks for helping me out.
Tranquility needs new identity papers.
Yeah, I got that. I told that bastard not to send anybody anymore, but you did help me out by getting that gang accused. Here, a little present for our mutual friend.
You and Tranquility know each other?
Enough to know he's real smart. But I know how to keep my mouth shut. Not like him. He used to organize fights, but couldn't pay me what I won. Since then, he sends me customers when they seem reliable. He's almost never wrong. I'll give him that.
You fight?
So I can come up against someone like you? No thanks. I'm happy enough just betting. My fingers and eyes are too valuable. I need them to work with.
So, you got forged papers for me?
Forged? What for? Here are your papers, Mr. Resilience. You must have left them here the last time.
What was I thinking? Thanks. Resilience, huh?
What, disappointed? You wanted honor, maybe? That kind of name's just for the elite, my man. And I gotta admit, I never got a look at the papers those people carry. At least your name fits you pretty good. And it's pretty rare, too. Getting a name like that attributed at birth traumatizes you for life.
That'll do. It's just a piece of paper, after all.
Hey, show my work a bit of respect, all right?
Later.
Thank you. I'd never be back in my workshop if it hadn't been for you. You saved my life, you know?
Surely you'll return the favor. I went for a non-violent approach. At least with them. They decided to leave the place on their own.
Yeah, well, they didn't look real happy. They even threatened me. But at least they left. Guess I should think about getting some kind of weapon. I gotta be able to protect myself.
Might be a good idea, you know? The scumbags around here may not be hard to impress, but if you don't show a few teeth, you'll sleep outside again and they'll just walk all over you.
Ah, you got that right. I'll go equip myself.
Since you've been living here, you must have heard about Charity, I guess.
Of course. Great woman. I don't even want to think what things would be like around here without her.
I suppose so.
It's not what you think. She's got good company, that's for sure, but that's not all she does. You know?
Really?
It may seem like an old-fashioned idea, but she's a good person. She helps people. And has enough influence so things run pretty much smoothly, even though the militia disappeared. It's sure not the Source or its soldiers who are gonna do that for us. Hooker or not, it's people like her that we need, not them. Maybe Wisdom and his guard dog should try selling their bodies to see what it's like. They could do with a change of perspective. I mean, don't go repeating that, of course. You tend to relax a bit when the cat's not around.
No problem. I can't even think of how to fit it into a conversation. What's the deal with this place? How'd it become the hangout for all the addicts in Shadowlair?
Not all of them, really. But if I told you this part of the city used to be really happy and lively, well, that'd be a happy and lively pile of crap. I've been living here for 40 years now, and it's only ever been a slum. The slum, like everyone calls it, even if none of the other parts of town are all that great either. Anyway, it still found a way to go downhill. People weren't real happy, that's for sure, but they at least didn't go getting all violent like that. They got sold a dream, and they were let down.
And, who sold it to them?
Oh, lots of folks. Same ones that promised everybody water, a place in the shade, or even just a job to make life easier. You know. The same one who promised them a future if they joined the army and told everybody one day we'll all go back to Earth. And of course there's those that try to get you to believe everything will be better as soon as you stick a needle in your arm. But those guys are smart. Half the time, what they say is true. One of them hangs out here, apparently. Don't ask me where, but the slum's his turf. And seeing as the army doesn't come around that often, pretty much all the junkies are here.
I thought you couldn't stand those addicts.
Sometimes I get carried away, say things I shouldn't. But you got my workshop back for me, and that's all I needed. I got nothing against those kids, to be honest. You can't really say they ever had it easy. Back in the day, we weren't exactly well off, but at least we had hope.
I gotta admit, I don't really see why you stick around this dump.
We moved here nearly 40 years ago, my wife and I. Wasn't the lap of luxury, but we couldn't really afford anything else. And there were things to do around here at the time. She was an artist, you know? I just ran the store. Compared to what she could do with her hands, the technomancers were nothing. She was a real magician. She's not here anymore. But I can't leave our workshop. We built it together. I'd have liked to know the place was going to survive both of us. If we'd had a kid, that would have been what we wanted more than anything. Well, almost anything.
I see. Later.
got my papers? I can't spend the rest of my life here. I got a business to run.
Here you go. Well, the papers you asked for.
Thanks, buddy.
friend Charity, would you?
I know her, yeah. Who doesn't, you know?
Seems she likes you. She's worried about your disappearance.
Really? Just that, I got some work, see? Sure you're not looking for a good time?
Can you tell me more about this neighborhood?
You know, the way I see things, not much more than my room and the square. This is the shopping district, you know? You can buy anything here, including a date.
I've known Charity for ages, but you, how'd you meet her?
You gotta know that Charity worked like us before. So she keeps an eye on girls like me, helps us out. She came to me just after I started, gave me advice. She's been keeping an eye on me ever since.
I got a few questions about your job. Who's your pimp? Things okay with him?
My boss, he's right back there. And yeah, he's a real sweetie. Anything else?
I got a few questions. You here all day, all night?
Pretty much, yeah. But, you know, I spend most of my time on my back anyway.
But surely even these women get breaks, don't they?
Anything else?
Is the pay good in this line of work?
Why? You looking for a career change? If you work good, you get good money, yeah. Listen, leave me alone. He'll kill me if you keep this up. He beats me every day, where it can't be seen. So just leave me, please?
Yeah, that's what I figured. I'm gonna have a couple of words with that bastard.
Disgusting. You'll make him pay, right, Roy?
Later.
Have a look at my merchandise, sir? I sell the best quality at the best price.
Show me what you got to sell. Listen, that girl of yours, doesn't look like she's being treated real good.
What business is that of yours? She ought to be happy. She works in a good neighborhood, and she's got work, not like the others.
Be happy? You son of a bitch.
I don't think you get my drift. You let her leave, and I don't kick your head in. That's my offer.
Oh, you really think a shithead like you's gonna scare me? Ain't the first time some punks tried to butt in on my business. Now get the fuck out of here, asshole, or I'll kick your head in.
You little fuck. That was a big mistake. One I was hoping you'd make.
You making progress with the other, looker?
I talked to your pimp. You can go back to your neighborhood. If I were you, I'd go see Charity right away.
Thanks. Thanks a lot. One more week and I think I'd have died. See you at her place.
The access looks blocked for the moment.
Yes?
Come on, let's go.
It's my hero. What can I do for you?
You don't look so good.
I'm a lot better since that bastard stopped hitting me. But you know, let's just say I got my share of problems.
What kind of problems?
Girls disappearing. Some even turn up dead. Nobody gives a shit. You know, we're just hookers. And I'm kind of scared.
I see. I'll look into it. Later.
Roy, looks like you're back in the neighborhood.
Always a pleasure.
Of course. What do you want?
I got your friend away from that guy. She should be back soon, if she isn't already.
So I heard, yes. Thank you, Roy. Here, take these clothes. You'll blend in a bit better.
And the Resistance?
I have a few leads, but nothing solid. Come back and see me soon. I should be able to help you.